If you're here on YouTube and you haven't already, please make sure you go ahead, click that like, that subscribe, that notification bell. Make sure you're kept up to date whenever we drop new content on the channel. If you want the audio-only version of the podcast, open up your audio podcast platform, hit the search bar, type in The Format Podcast, and we should come right up. If you're enjoying the content, make sure you give us that like, that 5-star review, and drop a comment. All that stuff helps us rise in the algorithm, helps us find more sports fans, helps more sports fans find us. And finally, make sure you write it down, put it in your phone, set an alarm, do whatever you got to do to remember. Saturday nights at 7 p.m. we are live here on the Format Podcast, and we'll give you the opportunity to call in, talk to us, get at me. I love it. I can't wait. Let's go ahead and take this call. Let's see what that is. Let's take this call, and then we'll get back to it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Format Podcast, who's this?
This is Dominique calling in. How's it going, Bruce?
Dominique, what's good? Good to hear from you.
Oh my God. Can I pause for just a second?
Hey, Dominique, hold on. B wants to say something. Go ahead, B.
I'm here,
Dominique.
B. Talk to me nice.
I will, because first of all, I didn't know you were a lady. I called you bruh and man earlier. I apologize. I had no idea.
You don't have to apologize. Dominique,
you go ahead.
I could have been Dominique Wilkins.
Right.
That's why I'm like, I assumed you were a guy. There's no profile pic. So I'm like, but I just wanted to say that. Go ahead. Speak.
I appreciate you for clearing that up. I think one thing that's really important to notate here is that it is about race. I see folks in the comments saying that we're making it about race or we're making it about that. We're not making it about race. LeBron is one of the biggest Black leaders in America, right? He's a Black sports hero, and every decision that he makes could potentially change the course of how we do things in the future, right? So when we're talking about LeBron putting his son on the team, there's a couple of things that don't make sense that people are saying is, oh, it's nepotism has happened, our whole lives. We see it in the front office. We see it with Giannis and Thanasis. What does Thanasis have to do with this? He wasn't made a draft spectacle, and worse, he wasn't interrupted during his thank you speech for being given an opportunity to be telling the American people that he deserved it, that he earned it.
And we're going to get to that.
Because that's what JJ Redick stepped in and said, hey, you earned this.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't earn shit. And we all know that, right? I mean, any guy that had a heart attack, or even fuck a heart attack, okay? Any kind of major injury that you face in college is getting drafted. Nobody's getting drafted after a heart attack, let alone, a serious injury. They're going to think, hey, you're not, you really shouldn't be coming into the league. We're not going to spend and invest in you. But LeBron never wanted to play with young players, right? He traded away Julius Randle when he got to the Lakers. He traded away Brandon Ingram, all these people. But all of a sudden, the Lakers are going to create a developmental program for players. That's what we have happening. And the bottom line here is that you can't inherit athletic success. That's not something that LeBron can pass down to Bronny, but we're seeing that they're going to try to manufacture his career. And let's be honest, what I'm going to say right now, the next thing is going to probably sound crazy to people, but the Lakers they've turned into the Kardashians.
That does not sound crazy at all.
They are the Kardashians. They're a talentless team. They have an 84-year-old LeBron. They have Anthony Davis, who plays sometimes well and sometimes not well. And then the rest of their team is just there to be spot-up shooters for LeBron because he has so many holes in his game. You think DeMar DeRozan wants to go to the Lakers?
No.
I don't think so. He's going to have to become a three-point shooter, which he's just not that person, right?
Yeah, that's not his game.
Then you have, Kobe Bryant is rolling over in his grave right now.
Facts.
He traded away Lamar Odom because he didn't want the Kardashians on his team. And now that's what the Lakers have become. Jeannie Buss has turned the Lakers into the Kardashians. That's why Magic Johnson wanted out of the organization. It's not being ran properly. And Rich Paul and LeBron, they're clearly not qualified to run an organization because they're just self-serving.
Mm-hmm.
Basketball is about teams. And now we see that teams, it's not even a thing anymore. It's all about the individual. It's all about how much money these players can squeeze out of the team. And I'm okay with that just because players are paycheck slaves, even though they've got golden handcuffs on them now. But when you really take a look at this league and what's happening, guys who are really good are not getting any credit. Guys who play as a team and, like really just want to win, that's not on display. It's the Kardashians, the reality show of the Lakers. That's what we're going to talk about every day. That's what LeBron wants. It's not nepotism, it's narcissism. It's a psychological issue. It's an issue of being uneducated and believing and trying to convince the American public that it's, this is so great because white people have been doing it for years. No, now what's going to happen is that, let's say Trump becomes in presidency, they're going to be taking a look at DEI programs, cutting them because, hey, we have Bronny, and LeBron's family benefiting from, just from being LeBron, LeBron, I think Mel even said it on Man Down the other day, like maybe the daughter can come into the NBA too.
Maybe who?
Zuri, maybe she'll be, LeBron will retire and then come out of retirement and say, I just want to play with my daughter in the NBA. It's my long life dream, I just think it's really completely ridiculous that we're sitting here having to defend the fact that Bronny does not deserve a spot in the league and this much attention. So it's not just that. I don't think it's a problem that he's on the Lakers with LeBron. Let me just be clear in that. I'm not a Bronny hater.
Right.
I don't care that he's actually in the NBA. But yes, the 55th draft pick should not be getting this much attention.
Correct.
But it's LeBron James. That's where I disagree wholeheartedly.
But that's why he shouldn't be putting his child who just had a heart attack in this position. You're forcing your child to be in the NBA. He just had a heart attack. He played for USC like poop. What are we talking about? The best player on USC didn't get drafted, but Bronny did. That's a problem.
At the end of the day, he came back and
you know what? It's not a flex, though. I hear
that
you.
That is a huge flex for fatherhood.
This is not a. I'm going to tell you why it's not a flex.
No, it's not.
It's not flex.
Yes, it is.
If this was the movie industry, if this was the banking industry, if this was literally the industry of owning a team. So if LeBron was owning a team and put his son in the front office, that's a flex. You want to know why? Because there's no more black ownership. That's a flex. But
Great
we
point.
are the best athletes, and what he did was he took an opportunity from one of his own. He took an opportunity from us. He didn't take an opportunity from some white guy that, was balling out there. That didn't happen. And especially as now what we're seeing, the league is 70% black, where it used to be 100%. Like, these European players, the league is trying to phase us out. They're saying we don't want more of this. We don't want the American black athlete, who is the best athlete still, to continue to take over this league. They are going to do everything that they can to make sure that LeBron doesn't own anything. He's going to have to be a part of an ownership group. I doubt that he's going to be able to solely own a team the way that Michael Jordan did. They don't want
how bad that went.
He's going to have to get all his kids in the NBA. Okay? But this is not a flex. He's just putting his son to be a paycheck slave, and he doesn't have to be because he was born rich. So all he did was take an opportunity. LeBron was once that guy. He was poor, right? Supposedly. So he was poor. He grew up. He needed, black people use the league and the NFL and all the other sports, leagues in order to create generational wealth for his family. And LeBron took that opportunity from another poor black kid in bumblefuck wherever, okay, that needed this. That needed that $1 million a year just to get his mom out of the hood.
Mm-hmm.
But LeBron doesn't care about that.
Nope. He cares about himself.
He cares about himself and trying to assert himself as the GOAT when nobody believes that. Nobody's going to believe it. It doesn't matter how many narratives he puts out there. It doesn't matter how many media people he pays off. And additionally, he's even further, he's an Uncle Tom. I mean, let's just call it what it is. He is an Uncle Tom. He has fired multiple black coaches. He's fired multiple black coaches. Mike Brown, I think someone said it in the comments, directly after he was coach of the year.
Yep.
He got him clipped. Mm-hmm. He got Darvin Ham fired.
Yep.
All to do what? To hire a white guy that also didn't need the opportunity. that had a famous, podcast that's been going viral for years now. He not only did he just give him the job, he also started a podcast with him so that he can continue to spread lies.
He fired Frank Vogel and got Darvin Ham, so I don't get that. That doesn't make sense. He fired the European coach and got Tyronn Lue. He's black, so that doesn't make any sense at all.
What doesn't make any sense? That he's an Uncle Tom?
Yeah,
no, what B is saying is that
coach, like he's had white coaches fired to hire black coaches. That doesn't make sense.
For LeBron, he doesn't even recognize that's his lack of education. He doesn't even recognize the fact that when you get a black coach fired to bring in a white one, what that looks like and what that does. And the fact that
white coaches too
literally was not. Yes, he's just hiring anybody that's going to do his bidding.
Right, that's going to play along with his program.
It might not be racially motivated, but I'm telling you that it has a domino effect of having an impact on race and our racial relations. Absolutely. Because when you go ahead and put an unqualified white coach as your head coach of the Lakers, a storied franchise where, this is a coveted role that multiple people are going after, multiple people with experience like Mark Jackson, like Ty Lue, he was actually somebody that interviewed, I think it was last season or right before Darvin Ham became the coach. You had Sam Cassell, Rajon Rondo. These are people who actually won a title, not a serial loser like JJ Redick. Not someone who was never won in college, didn't win in the NBA. He won nothing. He wasn't even a successful role player. Why and how is he qualified to coach the Lakers? When you have people who actually won titles and championships that were interviewing for that job. And don't tell me that nobody wanted it. Plenty of people want that
job.
That's
the Lakers job.
JJ Redick was given the job because he coached 9-year-olds, and LeBron believes that he's the best coach to develop his trash son. And I am going to talk bad about Bronny because he's not a good NBA player, and he's pretending.
That's not on him. I don't think he deserves it. He doesn't deserve it.
It's absolutely on him. He's an adult.
He doesn't deserve it.
But was he?
So Dominic, he didn't play well, and I'm going to critique him just like I would anybody else.
So that's fair. That's fair, but to bash him, that's not fair.
So let me ask you this, Dominic.
This is my opinion. I'm not bashing. I'm not disrespecting him. I'm just letting you know that he is wearing a costume and doesn't belong in the NBA.
So Dominic, let me ask you this.
That's different than calling them names, though.
Hold on, B. Hold on.
I'm not calling him a name. I didn't call him a name. I'm telling you that he's wearing a costume. He's wearing the same costume that Ben Simmons is wearing.
Oh, wow. Let me ask you this, Dominic.
NBA players wearing a costume. Bronny's another one of them.
So if you damn, I lost my train of thought. Sorry. I lost my train of thought. I thought I lost what I was going to ask you. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Like I'm not bashing a kid. He's in the NBA. He's not a kid. He's an adult. He's 19 years old, and he has no business being here. And I'm going to speak on that. And that's exactly what LeBron is banking on. The narratives that people are just hating on Bronny because he's like Caitlin Clark. Let me tell you, Caitlin Clark was the top, player in college. And look, I call her CC0. I don't think she was that great, but she was way better than Bronny. I'd put her on the Lakers before Bronny.
And get killed.
I think
she can shoot the ball. Did we see him shooting bricks? He has a slow release. He doesn't even have the potential to get better.
He won't be able to shoot the ball when she gets checked.
You're assuming that he's going to the G League, and he's not going there. Do you think LeBron?
They've already stated it that he's going to the G League.
Yeah, they did say that. We got that clip.
Thank you. No, they already stated that. He's going to the G League. We know that. He's
going to the G League to train. He's not going to come back in a Lakers uniform.
Oh no. He will. He will.
Starting lineup.
Oh yeah. That's the point of the G League.
He's going to the G League to train for this during the off season.
Right. So we got the clip, and we're gonna play that shortly from Woj when he's talking about.
Things. He's not relegated to the G League.
Correct.
So let's be clear.
Correct.
Let's not create a false narrative that he's relegated to the G League.
Yeah, that's not happening.
He has a 4-year guaranteed contract with the Lakers. He's guaranteed at minimum to have a seat on the bench at the end of the bench, but he's going to have a seat there. Okay. And he will be on the floor. He will be playing. We're going to be forced to see that.
We're going to witness the alley-oop, and we're going to praise hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus.
Well, I just want to thank you guys. What'd you say?
No. I would say I appreciate your feedback, Dominique. Thank you for the call. I liked it because, like I said, that's why I played your clip from Man Down Sports the other night, because you presented it in a way that I had not previously considered. So we definitely appreciate you calling in and giving your feedback on that.
Thanks so much for having me, guys. It was really wonderful to listen and be a part of the comments as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
By the way, put that frying pan down. I think Luca's all burned up, man.
He's still talking.
Luka, along with several of the other European players, I think Giannis is probably the most athletic, but he's the least skilled. They cannot run, jump, or dunk the ball. They should not be in the NBA. They need to go back to Europe and develop their game. They can't play defense. That's why we have no defense. It's because of them, because they can't take the hit. They can't move their feet. They can't run or jump the ball or dunk the ball. That's what we see.
You know what's funny?
Long before they got here.
That's exactly what Gilbert Arenas said on Gil's Arena. And everybody thought he was joking, but he was serious when they were talking about the defense issue. And he was like, get all the Euros up out of here.
It's a fact. They need to take the traveling back to Europe. We don't need to adopt their style. We don't need that nonsense. We need athleticism. We need high-flying dunks. We need folks that can shoot the ball, dribble, penetrate into the paint. We need to get back to, where all 5 positions are valued, because that's real basketball. That's team basketball. That's what I want to see. That's why I'm watching the WNBA. That's why women's college basketball was way more exciting this year than all of basketball. The totality of basketball, whether it was NBA, men's college, women's college basketball, beat all of basketball this year, because they play all 5 positions, and they actually really play the strongest fundamentals of the game.
Fair enough.
I agree, because the Eastern Conference messed that up for all of NBA. When Embiid went down, Giannis goes down, Boston walks through the East, and then nobody wants to see Boston.
Hey man, hey! You went too far, bro.
All of the Europeans are lacking in their game. You have Embiid, who would prefer to shoot perimeter shots instead of attacking the paint. You have Luka, who shows up to the NBA with a dad bod, just like James Harden. I mean, you can't win like that. You can't. And until he gets himself into shape, he won't make it back to the final.
Fair enough. Let me speak to something else that you said earlier, Dominique, that I think maybe is causing a bit of consternation, right? And I think some people are taking it as you are having that you're taking a shot at how a black man is raising his son. And I'm a black man and I have a son, and this is something that's bothersome to me, because I've said it in my personal discussions with other people on this issue and publicly. This whole business of how a black man is raising his son, it really irks me. It really irks me, because first of all, that's like saying we're a monolith and black men can only raise their son one way. So that needs to stop. We need to stop thinking black people can only do things a certain way, or they're not black, or they're not black enough. We need to get rid of that crap. So that's one. 2, I have a son, as I said, and I do not believe in just handing my son things. He needs to know the value of things, and things that are earned, and how when you earn something, it means more to you, and how when you have to earn it, you will work harder for it. Now, again, I'm not taking a shot at Bronny, but the fact is, he didn't earn this, and we'll hear the clip of that shortly after this call. But he didn't earn this, and everyone knows he didn't earn it. And say again, I'm sorry.
He knows he didn't earn.
He knows he didn't earn it.
He didn't earn
it. Correct. And so it's frustrating to me that when we comment on this, it's why are you talking about how another black man is raising his son? So am I raising my son wrong because I don't believe that I should hand him something? I'm a black man. Am I less of a black man for doing it? Like, this is absurd, and we've got to stop thinking like this. I really don't like it.
Absolutely not less of a black man. It's a lack of education, and people try to conflate things with other things that have nothing to do with anything. I'm totally fine if LeBron wants to hand his son multiple things. He's rich. He can spend his money how he pleases. He can get his son any opportunities that he wants. But when you take a look at what happened with Bronny in the draft, it's no different from what happened with the 2010 decision. And that's why people can't stand LeBron. He is not a real person. Okay. He is a narcissist and he has psychological issues that can't be solved on the court and it can't be solved off the court. Okay. He needs to figure out how the person that he is, he needs to be genuine. People respect authenticity.
That's a fact. And everybody thinks he's phony.
Being yourself.
Yeah.
Instead of saying things that don't make sense, lying to the American public, we expect the truth. Like we really do respect the truth. We do. And I believe that his fans are completely delusional. Comparing this to how a black man raises his son, no one's saying that Bronny James can't have a job. No one's saying that he can't have a job in the NBA. Okay? But it's the spectacle around it. Right. It's making it seem like he's like literally we celebrated his 55th draft pick. Drake brought him out. That's what happened. Drake brought him out.
What?
We celebrated him like he was a first round pick. Like he was the number 1 draft pick.
Right.
And he wasn't best in high school.
Correct.
Does anybody
talked about
realize that he went from being a 55th recruit to all of a sudden they're saying that he was 19? His junior year, he was ranked 55.
Right. And we heard.
And then every week he went up to 4. Then he went up to 45. And then all of a sudden he's on the McDonald's team.
Yeah.
Which needs to be investigated.
Well, we heard.
Let's be for real.
I don't know if you heard it earlier. I don't know if you heard it earlier. I played the clip from Up on Game earlier today. And Plaxico Burress was saying that Tim Hardaway told him, matter of fact, said on air that LeBron called the McDonald's people and got him on the team. So
of course he did, and LeBron openly said that he was going to make these phone calls. So that's the one thing. Like LeBron's not hiding it that he's going to make these phone calls.
Right.
LeBron's not hiding it that he wants Bronny to play with him. He's openly said that. He's openly doing these things. It's the idea that he earned it. It's the idea that he was better than guys that were playing with him last year. Because that's what he said, that Bronny is qualified to suit up for the Lakers right now. He's better than most of the guys in the league right now.
Right.
That's what he tweeted.
That is correct.
So when you say things like that, you're putting a target on your own son's back. He's not no Caitlin Clark. Don't compare him to that.
Right.
Because you are putting the target on his back.
Right.
Not fans, not the media, you. Nobody cared about Bronny James.
No, that's
Bryce
a fact.
James
because
is probably better than both of them.
Yeah.
When I watch Bryce, I see him shooting from anywhere.
Bryce got the ability to be better.
Off the ball. He doesn't need a high screen to start his offense. Okay? He's better than both of them. Opinion.
No, I hear you on that.
But we're sitting here making Bronny James a spectacle, a draft spectacle.
Yeah.
And every day we're gonna have to talk about him as though he was Kim and Kanye. He's a Kardashian.
No,
and that's what
absolutely
LeBron
right.
is turning into. His career has been over since 2016. And
whoa, excuse me.
Man, don't even start with the. Don't even start with the politics.
A championship is a championship, baby.
No, Dominique, I'm gonna tell you something here that's my personal thought. If you don't think like every other black person and you don't worship someone that another black person thinks you should, apparently you hate black excellence. So I'm gonna just leave that there. I'm not. That's a whole nother.
Look, I want everybody to know that I love black excellence. I love the idea of LeBron giving Bronny opportunities to further his legacy and all of that. I just think that he could have done anything. If he gave him a production company and we started to see more, black produced TV shows and movies and all of those things, I'd be very happy. But sports is the one place. It's the one and only place where your success is earned. It's the only place where your success is earned. So Bronny is not going to be able to inherit athletic success from LeBron.
Yeah, I feel
he's making a mockery of the NBA and a complete joke of the Lakers. And he doesn't deserve a statue there or anything. They need to move away from him because they're not even making any money from this. That's the best part of it all, is they're not even making any money. Winning always makes money. It doesn't matter what franchise you have, whether you're in LA or whether you're in Bumblefuck. You win, and that's going to have sold out arenas, and that is what's going to bring your organization success, is winning.
That's what I always thought, but apparently it's not like that anymore.
Lakers fans are disgusted. LeBron can't even go. LeBron can't even play without a fan in the crowd calling him a bitch or a pussy or something like that, and then he's crying on court and getting people ejected.
And that, you know what, to that point, I thought it was very interesting because there's going to be people who are going to be, especially on the road, who's going to talk greasy to Bronny, and LeBron's going to be grabbing the ref, pulling him over there, pointing him out to try and get get him thrown out of the game. And all that is part of what Bronny has to learn to deal with. But again, he can't. It's going to be very difficult for him to
be removed from the crowd. When they start chanting that Bronny sucks, these people are going to be removed from the crowd. They might just go ahead and the Lakers might just decide to make it like 2020 again, where there's no fans.
Wow. Well, that's one thing I'll say about Lakers fans. They're always, I don't think that's ever going to be an issue. But Dominic, let me let you go.
It's never going to be an issue.
Carry on with this. You got a lot to say, and we really appreciate it. Great insight. Thank you so much for calling. Stick around because we got a little bit more before we close it down for the night to tidy up this topic.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. Great show tonight, guys.
Thank you. Appreciate it. So,
alrighty. Bye-bye.
All right.
Bye-bye.